going on, ladies and gentlemen? New episode. This is episode 5 of our new Sandbox series. Glad to have everyone back, and thanks for joining. We will be picking up where we left off with last episode. We went ahead and laid down our roads, and we kind of set up, and I will go ahead and show you our hub, if you will, for our transportation, our new rail station, our bus terminal, and an airship hangar. I did float over here to Pleasantville. I'll show you real quick. I threw down one of the hangars. Alright, yeah, as you can see. So, just to give you guys an idea, a couple other things I did also. I went ahead and volunteered some garbage trucks, and also, as you can tell here, I revamped our ferry terminal area. Reason being, the way they were all spread out, I'm not sure how to explain it without showing you, but it took me a while to kind of get everything situated. This is actually not all the same height, this coastline. So what was happening is, as we had a ferry terminal here, and one here, and one here, and so on, the roads were not lining up properly, and it was going to become impossible to zone anything if we wanted to. So I decided to just throw everything down right here. It's almost like a port, if you will. So I think it looks actually really cool. Only one of them right now is being used. As you can see, there's a few cars. But this episode, we're going to focus a little bit more on the electricity. Right now, we're buying electricity and water. I don't know. Maybe we'll just kind of tough it out here and see if... same thing with sewage, but maybe we'll turn this little area out here far away into our like little utilities area, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, new episode. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get some workers in town. And for those of you that aren't already know, there's actually a unbelievably awesome landmark that you can throw down called the Edificio Copan. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it actually brings you, as you can see, 1,100 residents. And I've seen this done before, and I've used it myself. It's a great little tourist attraction that you can add that will actually bring low-wealth workers into your city. I'm not sure if that's the design of the actual tourist attraction. I don't know if it was maybe built around, perhaps, maybe medium to high wealth. But what that's going to essentially do, without even adding any zones in. I wish you can add more than one of these, though, but you can't. I believe you can only add one. It's from Sao Paulo, Brazil, is actually where this thing is located. But I'm going to go ahead and throw this down, and this is going to help us out with our need worker messages and where to lay, where to lay. I'm thinking maybe down over here. I don't know. Maybe here would be nice. Actually, it'd probably fit pretty decently right in here. Yeah, let's do that. Construction now underway on tenant building. Well, I guess that's considered a tenant building because I haven't laid down any residential. Very interesting. But anyway, yeah, I've seen this actually done before. I've used it, and it's a big help to kind of get every little part of your city, including maybe a first or second casino, you know, employed with workers, as opposed to having to lay down residential and let everyone move in and deal with school and all that. This building here, you don't need any of that. The residents will just simply live there and stay there as long as you don't have any, you know, extreme crime or anything like that. I'm trying to look for the map here that will show. I think it's, let's see, maybe this one? Yeah, there we go. So right now we have 1,100 residents sitting at home, 100 of them being children, but let's see, we have 1,000 people that can go ahead and employ throughout our city here. And as you can tell, we have very few that are kind of commuting over. And, wow, we have more. I wonder why I have 2,600 people living here now, when all I did was lay down this one building. Very interesting. Anyway, glad we got that taken care of. And now what I wanted to do in this episode is I wanted to focus as well on maybe laying a casino down or two and kind of bringing it home for everybody. For my experience, and for those of you that have checked out my other videos, I've experimented with each and every one of these with the exception of the Roman Luck Casino, which will definitely lay one down in this this city. I'm not sure if it's going to be today, but the most success that I've had is with the Sleek Casino, and I'm not sure if that has to do with the fact that it attracts both low and medium wealth as opposed to some of these other ones that attract only low or only medium, or this one especially is more or less towards the high wealth. But I've had much success with the Sleek Casino, so I think we're going to start off with one of those. And I was thinking maybe down here would probably be our best bet. You're right off of the terminal, excuse me, you're right off the ferry docks, and we have enough room down here to to expand. So let's go ahead and lay one down there, and let's go absolutely crazy here. And let's lay another one down over here. And let's see. Looks about right. High tourist demand. All right, so as you can see, this is going to fill 200 low wealth workers, 335 workers potentially in each one of these. So we want to go kind of easy with it, seeing as how we just laid this one down, and we're just probably going to have enough workers for these few buildings here. But this is going to give us a good idea of the draw that we're going to have. I've researched this type of stuff, whether it be casino cities or tourist cities and culture and all that. And, you know, what those of you don't realize is as you add casinos, if you have one casino or two and you're not doing that well, your first thought is, well, hey, it's not working, you know, let's forget about it. The real thing you want to focus on is your different avenues for your sims to come through, which we definitely have here with our ferry terminals and such. And you also want to focus on your draw. So the more casinos that you lay down, the more potential that you will have to draw more tourists. And I think that's maybe something that kind of gets overlooked when it comes to you know, tourist cities, just because just by nature, you know, you attempt to do something, it doesn't do very well, and you say, hey, you know what, I'm not going to waste any more of my money, I'm not going to waste any more of my time, let me just move on and let me select a different city specialization. In this case, we are not going to do that because money is not an object. And wow, look at all these people everywhere. That's crazy. Look at this. Man, pretty cool. All right, awesome. So let's go ahead and let's keep an eye on this. What is our city speed at? Let's go ahead and crank this up. And let's see here. So we're still hiring. We're still hiring. Oh, this one's open. Okay, good. So I got 40 workers. This is going to go ahead and this is going to potentially make some serious profits. So I know the craps parlors and the poker parlors, they do very well with these as well. So these are more for the low, and these are more for the medium. So we'll see what our draw is. Okay, so we're completely maxed out with tourists already? Is that what I'm looking at here? 400 or 400, 6 of 6, and 2 of 2 of high wealth. Could that be right? Because if it is, I'm going to be really happy here. Well, that's workers. No, that can't be right, because look, we only have... Let's see. Because our tourist map is here. 10, 15. So that's only 25 tourists. Maybe it'll take time for them to get open. Definitely have enough workers, so that's definitely a plus. So awesome for that. And let's give it a little bit of time to kind of work through. Another thing I wanted to kind of look at was some commercial zones for hotels. Because, you know, as these tourists come in, they're going to definitely want to stay, and that's really the goal, is to get them to stay. So we'll go ahead, and I was thinking probably the best place for hotels would be right along this area here, because this is where they're going to be coming and going. So we'll add a little bit of zonage here, and we'll see what that does. At first, it's not going to be much, but we'll definitely keep an eye on that. And that was the other thing I did. I actually was able to bridge over these railroad lines. It took me some time to kind of work it in, but I was able to get that done. I don't like when they go in the roads here. It could potentially cause traffic and a disaster. But anyway, so our Copan is doing okay. And as you can see, there are people almost flocking everywhere. And we've just got an endless stream of ferries coming in from the other city that are going to just go ahead and populate everything with workers, students, and of course the tourists from the other land. I really want to keep an eye on this just to kind of see how this fluctuates. There was a patch maybe about 6 or 8 months ago, probably 6 months ago, where it kind of fixed the massive fluctuation in between the casinos. You'd have a complete great profit during the day, and then come nighttime it would go to nothing. And it's still kind of like that, but for the most part it's balanced out to the point where people come and go, and the only thing to really curb the coming and going is the hotels. So what we're going to want to do is focus on commercial and hotels to make sure that they stay. The lodgers is what you're really going to make the money with. Let's see, they don't... see. Yeah, so sleek rooms. So we can add 6 of these. So if we did like boom, boom. So if we, let's say, let's just see how that works out. But yeah, like I said, the tourists are going to stay. They're going to make the money, and that's really what you're going to want. Look at this. We actually have people on foot coming. I like that. We have our bus stops set up as well. Bus stops up as well. I like that. You got to kind of keep an eye on this stuff. So medium wealth is there. High wealth is what we're going to need to attempt to draw. And we have lots of lodgers. That's what we wanted. So let's go ahead and let's put a medium. I like to kind of go slow with this stuff because if you rush into it all, you're going to have a bad time. And maybe... That's actually a pretty cool place for a sign. I like that. Can we put one in on the other side on this? No, but we can put one right here. So these people are going to come right off the ferries, and this is what they're going to see. So these are going to get built up really tall. So arsonist. Uh-oh. Let's go ahead. Let's address that. Let's go ahead and throw down one of these guys. A fire station. I'll add one of the big ones. Who cares? Now what are you going to do? Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, so we'll add one of these car lots, one of these. The helicopter pads work really well. And we'll do the same over here. Sign, one of the towers, helicopter pad. Alright, nice, nice, nice. We'll throw another one of those down. Okay, perfect. So, we'll give it a second to kind of work its way through. Ferry terminals, are these all being used? No, yes, actually that one is. Yep, they're all being used, it looks like. And we got a nice steady stream of people coming in and out of there, so that's what I like to see. And we're turning a profit, day one, which is often hard to do. We have high wealth tourists. Those are really the hardest ones to get. There's the high wealth. So we'll do that, and then we'll add one of these, and then we can screw around with these craps parlors. And I have to extend that road out a little bit. Well, let me put one in here. Cool. All right. Beautiful. We'll keep everything nice and a little uniform in here. Okay. All right, and we are maxed out for each of these. So, as you can tell, this is complete paradise as you get off these ferry docks. And the way people are kind of... Let's slow this down a little bit. Take a look at this. I mean, look at the masses of people throughout. Look at this group of people here. They're all headed in. I just love this sound. So what's all this up here? Oh, it must be like a little... I never understood that. Why do people hang out like in the backs of casinos? You see that all the time. Like they're always like hanging out back here. Like, what are you doing? Go inside. Maybe they're smoking cigarettes? I don't know. All right, so let's crank this back up. Let's take a look at our numbers here. So we almost have as many, well, we almost have as many visitors as we do actual residents of the city, so that's pretty good. Actually, this day we had almost exactly the same amount of people living here as people who are visiting, so they'd even split right there, so that's pretty good. We still have a lot of available jobs for medium wealth, and that leads me to the idea as to if we should put in a mega tower. I've had mixed reviews, mixed responses in regards to mega towers. Me personally, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to put a couple down, like maybe later on, but I really want to kind of focus on you know, not clogging up my city here, this fairly small city, with a bunch of like residential zones. I mean, we've got other cities. We can always venture out that way and throw out some residents. We've got our 30,000 residents from over here that are coming over. So me personally, I'm going to get the workers, not enough worker messages, but I don't really want to focus too much on it. I want to kind of just keep everything just enough to the point where I'm not having to lay down the residential zones. I've done it in the past. I've had casino cities where I've said, hey, yeah, let me add some residential. And then before you know it, it becomes a mess because you've got to compensate for school. And, you know, it's just like a whole long thing. And we've just done that. It's fun to do when you want to do it. But in this case, I definitely want to focus more on the casinos, the tourists, and the commercial zones. So there, I said it. Get it off my chest. Because I know I'm going to have a lot of comments with people saying, hey, go ahead and leave down the residential. And I've thought about it, but it's not going to happen. So, another thing you can do here, I was actually messing around with the other city. You can add this commuter airship mooring, and I don't know exactly if this, it has to do with the, let's see. It has to do with workers. These are more for commuters and these are more for workers. So hopefully I added one in the other city down there. Hopefully we can maybe get some people heading to and from, and they can get their get their job on. So wealth up. Yeah, I agree, wealth is up. I'm pretty happy so far, I really am. Alright, so, moving on, let's see, we've got one of the three, I believe you get three total landmarks, and then of course we've got stadiums, we've got our theme park that I want to definitely add in. I'm trying to think if it would be best over here, or should we go down along the coast? I was thinking down along the coast would be really cool. We don't really have that much room though, so maybe that's not the best idea. Nah, probably best right over here. You know? Yeah, buddy. Wheels of Wonder, Fun. I know I've done the Funshine. I don't think I've done Thrill Lane. Let's do Thrill Lane. That's right. Come on down. Then we got these things here. I've never even added these things yet. World's largest ball of twine? Like, seriously? We can add all sorts of cool stuff. All sorts of cool stuff, people. Wow, man, we've got over 5,000 tourists today. Most mid-wealth. Look at that. Man, that is crazy. Earning 96,000 a day in profit? Man, this is crazy. Earned 101,000 in profit in the first day. Still in the negative, but that's mainly because I've thrown down just about everything but the kitchen sink in this city, and I'm not worried much about money. But yeah, majority is medium. Lodgers, so. We need to add some casinos in here, or excuse me, some hotels. Man, we need these to grow up down here. Anyway, let's move on here. I was thinking this might be a nice little good pocket for some more residential. And maybe throw down a bus stop or two. Okay. Let's work on this bad boy. This is great. We've got everything unlocked. We don't even got to think about it, people. We can just go ahead and have fun. All right, Thrillland Park sign. We're going to want to definitely put one of those in. It's probably best over here where everyone can see it coming off of that main little avenue there. And we've got plenty of room to work with. I'd like to get the roller coaster down over here. You know what I mean? Let's see, will it fit in there already? Alright, miss. No. I like to do that first. It's usually the largest one. And I want to make sure we have room for that. Alright, there we go. Okay. That's what I'm talking about right there. Perfect. Wow, that looks awesome. All right, so we'll give that a second to kind of turn on and get some tourists up and about through there. So far, so good with our casinos here. We are doing fairly well, ladies and gentlemen. I am very happy as to how this is coming along. Definitely go ahead. I'm going to actually wrap this one up now. Leave a like, comment in the description below. I'm going to also put some additional links there. I've had a lot of people asking me, various questions, and I can kind of sum up a lot of the questions that you all bring with just some links down in the description with my playlists, different mods that I'm using, websites that I do download the mods from, as well as some other information about my channel. So if you're new to the channel, definitely appreciate you stopping by. Make sure you subscribe. If you are an existing subscriber to the channel, definitely appreciate the following, and we will see everyone next time.